You're listening to Eat, Play, Sex with Dr. Kat, the place to uplevel that sexy life of yours, with expert talk on sex, love, and nutrition.
Okay, so I've got 2 questions from listeners. If you follow me on Instagram at Sex Love Yoga, I take followers' questions and put them to my guest experts. So these 2 questions, the first one, how can you tell if it's something to keep working on or to move on already?
Great question. I feel that if it is a long-term committed relationship that you want, and if you don't want, that's totally okay. You need to look at the 4 main pillars that create the potential for a long-term committed relationship, which is chemistry and connection. The next is compatibility, which is an alignment of values, of life vision. Third is timing. If it's the right person at the wrong time, it's the wrong person. And then the 4th, which is the most important, is 2 people equally invested in building.
Oof.
So if you are, you have these ingredients and there's things you're working out, communications, usually at 6 months, that's where you see a lot of the communication issues happen, but you're seeing that both people are invested and there is like, a commitment to do what needs to happen to continue to grow and move forward. Yes, keep going. But if it's just you doing it and they're not, that's going to be really, really hard. and watch, is it a pattern or is it a blip, right? Because if they just went through a loss in their family and they lost their job and they're not able to focus on, learning nonviolent communication framework, okay, like that's a blip. But if this is constant and it's a pattern, you have to get really realistic that, okay, this is how it's going to be. And in the next 5 to 10 years, can I accept this person exactly as they are right now, how it is? If not, then you have to make some choices.
Yeah, and some hard choices. And I have another podcast here on Eat, Play, Sex where I talk about relationship ambiguity with Trevor Boehm. So be sure to check out that episode as well. That might be helpful. Yeah. Okay. Second question. How can I support my friend who is literally crying over this dumbass dude for a year now and she needs to move the fuck on? Okay. I have this question of whether this person is talking about themselves or about their friend, because I don't know. I have a friend.
My cousin. Tell your cousin. So I've had this where I've worked, I've mentored someone who it was a year and it seemed like they were just fresh out of the breakup. And what's been really helpful for those types of cases is redirecting their passion. So when you're just, stuck on your ex and it's been a very long period of time, say a year, I would say a year is a long period of time to be still stuck in like the beginning grieving stages. That's passion, and passion is energy, right? So your energy is just misdirected. So you need to find something that lights you up. So this might be a new hobby. You might take dance lessons. You might write that book you've always wanted to write. You might want to volunteer so you're able to kind of get out of your own like self-wallowing and help other people. Scientifically proven that it does give you those positive chemicals. But it's redirecting that energy and dumping it into this new obsession. And what will happen is it will be a positive feedback loop. You'll feel a little bit better as you get better at it. And then you'll naturally stop thinking about the ex because your energy is just going towards this other direction. I found that is like the number one thing for anyone who's been stuck in a perpetual mourning cycle over someone.
Yeah, that's great. It's almost like creating this new sense of purpose for yourself versus continuing to invest in these fantasies or thoughts about this other person that give us dopamine. Feels so good to fantasize about them. Yeah, but then there's probably a crash right after, right?
Lovers, thank you again for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, hit subscribe and head over to eatplaysex.com to connect with me and grab my sexy guides. Because my goal here is to get you to eat, play, and sex better so you can improve your sex life, which will improve every aspect of your life. Until next time, keep it sexy.